It's New Year's Eve, but for Jake, this celebration is about to turn into his worst nightmare. Jake was excited, heading to a remote cabin in the woods to meet his friends. His bags were packed, and he was ready to hit the road. The message from Amy, his girlfriend, brought a smile to his face. "Hey babe, can't wait to see you. Drive safe and hurry up. We have a surprise for you." With a grin, he replied, "On my way. Love you." The engine roared to life, and Jake drove off, humming along to the radio. Little did he know, this would be the drive that would change everything. About an hour into his journey, the road ahead became darker and eerily quiet. The wilderness seemed to close in, and Jake couldn't shake the creeping unease growing inside him. His GPS reassured him he was on the right path, but something didn't feel right. He decided to call Amy, just to calm his nerves. As the phone rang, anticipation filled the air. But instead of Amy's sweet voice, a blood-curdling scream pierced through the line. "Amy! Amy, what's happening?" Jake screamed, his heart racing with panic. But the line went dead. Frantic, Jake tried calling back, but his phone showed no signal, nothing but darkness and silence. He was alone, in a dead zone. Fear surged through him, thoughts spiraling. Was this a sick joke? Or was Amy in danger? Robbery? Murder? Something far worse? Without a second thought, he floored the gas pedal, pushing his car to its limits. The forest blurred past as Jake raced toward the cabin, desperate to reach Amy and his friends. Nothing else mattered now. Not the rules, not the road, only saving them. In record time, Jake screeched to a halt in front of the cabin. The place looked quiet. Too quiet. His heart pounded as he approached the door and knocked frantically, but there was no response. With trembling hands, he turned the knob. It was unlocked. As Jake stepped inside, dread gripped his soul. The cabin was a war zone, furniture smashed, windows shattered, and blood splattered across the walls. His breath caught in his throat as he saw them. Lifeless. His friends, brutally murdered. Their bodies lay scattered, twisted in unnatural angles, their faces frozen in agony and fear. Jake collapsed to his knees, his mind unable to comprehend the horror before him. He wanted to scream, but nothing came out. And then, he saw it. A message, written in blood on the wall. "Happy New Year, Jake. You're next." Behind him, the floor creaked. Slowly, Jake turned. There, standing in the doorway, was a figure, masked, holding a blood-stained knife. And then, the mask came off. It was Amy. She smiled, her voice sickly sweet, surprise. "Happy New Year." Sudden silence. End screen. Whispering voice. Some secrets should never be uncovered. It was a Saturday evening, and 4 friends, Mike, Tina, Ben, and Ava, found themselves bored in their college dorm. They wanted something exciting, something different. That's when the attic, a mysterious and unexplored part of their building, caught their attention. Who knew what kind of secrets or treasures were hidden up there? They climbed up to the attic, pushing through cobwebs and clouds of dust, their footsteps echoing in the eerie silence. As they began rummaging through the forgotten relics of the past, old clothes, books, and papers, laughter filled the space. But then, Tina made a discovery that would change everything. "Hey, look at this!" Tina shouted, holding up an old leather-bound diary. "It's from 1984. Maybe we'll find something juicy inside." Mike grabbed the diary and began flipping through the pages. "It belongs to a girl named Lisa. She was a freshman here, just like us." At first, it seemed innocent enough, class schedules, friends, crushes. But something darker was hidden in those pages. As the group passed the diary around, each of them took turns reading aloud. Lisa had written about strange dreams, dreams that soon turned into reality. One by one, the visions she had dreamt came to life. In one entry, Lisa described her roommate, Kelly, falling down the dorm stairs, only for it to happen the very next day. "Is this just a coincidence?" Ben muttered, feeling the weight of Lisa's words. As they continued to read, the friends grew more uneasy. Lisa's dreams weren't just random. She had seen terrible things, horrific events that unfolded in the dorm. Some came true within days, others took months, but all of them haunted her. Ava's voice trembled as she reached the final entry. "Dear Diary. I had the worst dream of all. For strangers, in the attic, they were reading something. Everything seemed fine until they smelled smoke, and then, the flames. The dorm was on fire, and they were trapped. They tried to escape, but it was too late. They screamed, but no one heard them. They burned alive, asterisk." Ava's hands shook as she dropped the diary, the final words echoing in the air. Silence. "Guys, do you smell that?" Ava whispered, her voice barely audible. The group froze. Then, the unmistakable scent hit them, smoke. They turned toward the window. Flames. Panic surged through them as they rushed for the door, but it wouldn't budge. The window was barred, the flames closing in. Sudden blackout. Voiceover in a chilling tone. "Sometimes, the past is destined to repeat itself." End screen fades to black as flames crackle in the background.